hometown station.
Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS 232 on your hometown station. I am Kyle Jellings, jumping in to this music hour for another special edition of a couple of special interviews we've been doing throughout the year, start of the school year. So we're trying to get all of the principals out here from all the high schools, maybe some junior highs too, here in the Santa Clarita Valley. And we have another special guest in studio. I'm not going to name names, but somebody did stand me up recently. Should I put him on Front Street? Probably not, right? All right. But someone who did not stand me up, Vince Ferry, joins me in studio. He's the principal of Saugus High School. Go Centurions. Vince, how are you?
Great. Go Centurions. Thanks for having us in today and talk a little bit about Saugus High School.
Yeah, so we're excited. It's always good. I grew up here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Did you grow up here? What's the background of Vince Ferry?
Let people know. Nothing too
more.
Exciting. I grew up in Granada Hills, attended Alamany High School. From there, I went to the University of Oregon, where I got my BA in history.
How many different shirts did you wear? Did you wear one every Saturday?
It's funny. I got a scholarship to play football there, and we were pretty boring. We had one home and one away color. So,
what?
It was before they recruited athletes. That's what I tell people.
That was the first college football team that kind of got me interested in what teams looked like with the University of Oregon.
I think maybe Nike knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they might. They might. Yeah. Early late 90s, early 2000s. I remember thinking, man, I love that color green. And then they sold me. But,
go Ducks.
Yeah, there you go. So you went there. What'd you get your degree in?
Got a degree in history, and then I got my master's there in special education and my teaching credential there. And then I moved down to the Hart District in '94. Began teaching at Canyon High School, special day class, and then moved over to Valencia, where I taught, was activities director, administrator for about 18 years, and then became principal at Rio Norte Junior High School for 3 years.
My father-in-law works there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's that?
Juan Trinidad.
Oh, great guy.
Hey, all right.
Amazing
Name
man.
drop. Yeah,
amazing,
I like him.
Amazing man.
He's all right.
And then second year at Saugus now.
Okay.
And absolutely loving it.
Yeah. Well, so what's your favorite history subject? You said you're a history major.
You know what? I love, for some reason, the Vietnam War era.
Oh, really?
I just absolutely got into. I had a very engaging college professor that we got to choose our thesis, and I kind of honed in on that.
Nice.
And I won't bore you with all the stuff I know, but I really enjoy that era.
What education? Was it something you wanted to do from a young age, or was it just something once you got through your history class, your major, you were like, I kind of want to get into education?
You know, I come from a family of educators. My dad is a retired junior high principal. My mom still works as an office manager at a school in LA Unified. So it kind of was in the blood. But however, I'll tell you, it wasn't until probably my senior year playing college football, we had a man that was a big supporter of the program. He had a physical disability, and one of our trainers asked if I'd go over a couple days a week and help him do some exercises, get him out of the chair, and do some walking exercises. And he's really the one that kind of encouraged me to start thinking about working with people with special needs. He said I might have the temperament and patience to do it, and that's kind of how it got started, just by taking a chance and getting to meet people, and it kind of got me going thinking about special education as a career.
He's Vince Ferry. He's the Saugus High School principal, joining us on your hometown station, KHTS 98.1 FM and AM 1220. What position did you play in football?
Tight end.
Tight end? All right.
Yeah. No, I was a blocking tight end, nothing fancy. I wasn't fast enough. It was farther than 10 yards I was coming out of the game.
I played at Canyon High School under Harry Welch, you know him.
Great coach.
I tried to my senior year transition because I was, I'm not much bigger than I am now. And I was like, I was playing defensive line. I was like, not big enough to keep up with the big guys up front. So I was like, I'm going to try and go hang out with the tight ends.
Yeah. How'd it go?
He quickly told me to go back with the defensive line. So,
yeah. Got to be an athlete to be a tight end.
Oh, easy. Were you guys any good?
We went to a couple bowl games.
Okay, where'd we go?
We went to the Independence Bowl twice and the Freedom Bowl when it was still around. Way back when, down in Anaheim, I went there in 1990. So
that's this is when bowl games actually mattered. But that's another subject.
Exactly.
We won't get into that.
Yeah.
We will not get into that.
Could.
Saugus football looking pretty good, by the way.
Looking sharp.
Pretty good first week.
We had a great week. Taft High School is definitely going through some transitions right now. But I thought Taft battled hard, but our kids went out. They competed hard. very impressed with what we're doing offensively this year. Coach Russell's doing a great job, and Coach Bourne has a great defensive mind, and it kind of showed Friday night.
I got to talk to Coach Bourne last week, and myself and the sports director here at KHTS, and I couldn't believe he's been at Saugus for now, I think, 15 years.
Yeah,
this
15
is his
or 16 years. He's been there a long
crazy.
time.
I can't believe he's been there that long.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And just a really good man. I mean, if you had a kid that you wanted your son or daughter to be around for 4 or 5 hours a day, he'd be the guy you want. He's just a real good guy with great character, a tremendous leader. Very fortunate to have him.
And we're, again, speaking with Saugus principal Vince Ferry, joining us on your hometown station, KHTS. So you were, when you graduated, you were at Canyon High School. Was it always administration, or what did you go from?
No,
how long did you teach
taught
for?
at Canyon for 2 years, and then I taught at Valencia for, about 10 or 11 years, and then was an administrator there for about 6 years before I became a principal.
Okay. And did you always want to do administration? Because you talked about a little bit about how you wanted to get into.
Not really. I mean, honestly, it's just kind of happened. I was an activities director, and then you put a lot of hours in as an activities director at a high school.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kind of saw the administrative side of the job from that position, and I was strongly encouraged to think about doing it. I did it, and absolutely love the choice I made because I love being a principal now.
Did you? So you were a principal at Rio Norte, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So how was it? How long were you there for?
3 years at Rio Norte.
Okay, 3 years. And did you always want to go to high school, or was it something that just the opportunity and you went for it?
I'd say I'm probably more geared for the high school just because that's where I spent the majority of my career. But I will tell you, those 3 years at the junior high they were very precious to me. They were phenomenal teachers. The instruction that's taking place. It was really neat to engage with students earlier on in their academic career than perhaps at the high school. So I enjoyed it, but I definitely enjoyed being at the high school.
Yeah. What type of a difference is it going from junior high to high school? Obviously, the student body is bigger.
Yes.
Right? But what are there other adjustments that you maybe didn't know you needed to make?
You know what? I was at the high school for so long, so nothing really surprised me. Obviously, the kids drive to school.
Yeah.
That's different. No, it's just a different time in their life. And as students get older, it's kind of exciting seeing what their post-secondary opportunities are going to be and just kind of the influence you can have on them, helping guide them towards those post-secondary opportunities. That's the exciting part about high school. And then I also like working with those kids that are at risk, that maybe are an adolescent that just needs some extra help and a little extra guidance. It's a little more apparent at the high school level sometimes.
Okay. How do you see education changing? And it's kind of a big topic, but how do you see? Because when I was in high school, I kind of just went to class, but there's a lot more opportunities for not only. I was talking to Dr. Van Hook, and she was saying that she's really working with the high schools to try and get kind of a what's it called, where they're taking college classes at the same time as going to high school.
Some dual enrollment.
Yeah. So I wonder, do you think that's where it's going? Do you think how do you see education kind of changing? Maybe how have you seen it change, and how do you see it? Where do you see it going?
I think it's a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. Obviously, the dual enrollment part is big because we're trying to get kids college ready. But I'll tell you, Superintendent Ingbrecht and the Hart Board over the last 4 years have done an absolute incredible job of just creating a very robust career technical education program in the Hart District. I see more of that happening down the road, where we're building those programs, providing more internships for students while they're in high school to kind of get those on-the-job skills for students who may not choose to go to college, that might want to go straight to career, and trying to get them those skills while they're in high school. So that's been a real exciting thing to see, and it's relatively, I don't want to say new to the Hart District, but the speed in which we're doing it and the organization behind it, it's pretty impressive what we have to offer.
It's crazy to think that there are those type of things in high school, because when I was in high school, that was like, you had ROP classes, but those were totally elective.
Yes.
It was not even part of the curriculum. From what I remember, and that wasn't. Maybe it was a little bit longer than I think, but it wasn't that long ago. That it was just kind of, this is the one size fits all for education, but that's certainly changing. And it's cool to see that even at the high school level, that they're getting opportunities to, hone their skills and maybe just go into the workforce after high school.
We have, an engineering aerospace program that is absolutely spectacular, and the things the kids are talking about in there are way above my level and IQ. I fake it, but it's fun to see what they're doing. We have an engineering design and modeling class that's taking place. But I'll tell you, the one that I'm most excited about right now is our auto pathway we have taking place. We have a great teacher VJ, who is working hard to create internships with the local dealerships, getting some of our juniors and seniors out, getting some work experience. So there's a lot of great things happening at Saugus and honestly across the district when it comes to CTE, career technical ed.
It's it's interesting. Those type of career kind of training things. I feel like college, and this is according to Kyle. I'm not speaking on your behalf, but I feel like college sometimes some people are good athletes, some people aren't, and I feel like the same thing with education. Some people are built to go to college, some people just aren't, and I think that creating these opportunities is so awesome to do in the Heart District.
Yeah, trying to give a student just an idea of what the next step is, trying to create an opportunity for them. That's our end goal, is that when they graduate from the Heart District, we want to make sure they have an opportunity, whether that's college or going into the workforce. But even with that, you go to some of these programs that are certificate programs, they're as rigorous as any college degree you're going to get.
Yeah.
So just making sure kids are prepared and have some direction after they leave, and hopefully we've done our job well.
He's Vince Ferry. He is the Saugus High School principal, joining us on your hometown station, KHTS 98.1 FM and AM 1220. And I wanted to ask you a big thing happening in the next couple weeks at Saugus High School. If you're driving on Bouquet, you could not have missed it.
Can't miss it.
That is the Performing Arts Center.
The Forum.
It's happened. Oh, what is that? What we're calling it?
We'll call it the Forum. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Looks really cool.
There's no copyright issues with that?
Listen. What were we talking about?
But okay, so the Saugus Forum.
Yes.
I dig it, man.
Yeah.
And so the next couple weeks, right?
Next couple of weeks, we should be getting the keys. We're doing our final walkthroughs right now just to kind of clean up any small things that might need fixing. But we're excited to have a grand opening, hopefully by the end of September.
Nice.
With some shows taking place shortly thereafter.
Okay.
But absolutely gorgeous building. The architects have done a great job. Mike Otofka with the district has been involved since day one. Just did an incredible job helping really help create such a beautiful building.
The Vince Ferry one-man show opens when?
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want that.
If we want it to close, then we'll...
Yeah, exactly. We'll start out with something a little bit more pep than me.
What are the goals? You are... how many years have you...
My 24th year. As a principal?
Yeah.
This will be my 5th year.
Okay, so 5th year. Has it been that long? I can't believe it's been that long.
Well, it's my 2nd year at Saugus.
There it is. That's what it is. Okay,
3
I was going to
years
say.
Prior,
I thought I went through a time warp here. But goals for the coming school year?
It's funny. We had at our first staff meeting back, Wendy Noonan, one of our outstanding teachers, led us through an activity. And the whole activity was about making connections and developing relationships with students. So really that's going to be a big goal for this year, just remembering we're here to serve students, making those meaningful relationships. If we do, students are more likely to have academic success, social success, and fundamentally, I think we're going to keep a safer campus that way too. So that's the big goal moving forward.
Awesome. Thanks for taking the time.
I appreciate it. That was fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming by. I know you're a busy man. First couple. How was first day of school, by the way, last week?
It was great. We had our ASB out doing a high five highway. A lot of band playing music, and it's been a busy week.
Nice.
And we had our dance Saturday night, so it's been a busy few nights.
This is the high five highway thing that was never around when I was in high school.
No,
nobody cared that I was coming to school.
Well, we're trying to set a tone.
Yeah,
we're happy to see everybody.
Clearly, you guys care about the kids.
They cared back then too.
just in a different way. We'll say the very least. Thank you again for coming by.
Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate you, and good luck to Saugus. And we appreciate you being here.
Appreciate it.
All
Thanks.
right.
KHTS, your hometown station.
Santa Cruz.